I'm Jeff Gullers with Pliler International, Shreveport, Louisiana. We are Louisiana's oldest bus dealer, with offering over 1,000 dealers nationwide to serve you. Today we're going to talk about the IC line of products, whether it be in the CE, which is featured behind me, or the RE, which is our rear engine offering the L9. In our CE, we have three different engine options ranging from the Cummins B6.7, the PSI propane 8.8 liter, or the PSI gasoline 8.8 liter engines. Now that I've introduced you to our IC line of products, let's step around to the side of the bus and go over some of our other advantages. You'll notice all of our glass is roped in with weather stripping. On our door, all four panels are the same size, and our windshield is also roped in with weather stripping, making it easily for your technicians or other technicians to replace glass in the event that it should be damaged. The CE offers a variety of wheelbases and axle configurations. Wheelbases ranging from 158 inches to 276 inches depending on your application, as well as we offer an 8 and a 10,000 pound front axle and suspension, axles being made by Meritor, Dana, or Navistar Select on the front, and Meritor or Dana on the rear, with two different suspension options, whether it being the spring, which is from 15,500 to 21,000, or the air, which is the IROS, the independent ride optimized suspension from Navistar, which is 15,500 to 23,000. We also offer axle options on the rear from 15,500 to 23,000, all depending on your applications and your school board's needs. Let's talk a little bit about body construction. We use a method called threaded body construction, which takes our 14 gauge roof bows, threads them through the drip rail, and fully welds them, making it a fully assembled one-piece structural unit, which then we attach our standard 16 gauge side sheets with mechanical fasteners and specially formulated adhesives all the way down to your skirting, and then we use 16 gauge rub rails with metal end caps, not plastic like some of our competitors. Also, our bodies are mounted to the chassis with grade 8 bolts and mounting tabs, giving it a more strong and secure fit. And it's only fitting that while we're talking about body construction, we incorporate the chassis into that. Our chassis are purpose built for our bodies. You know, we've been building chassis for over 100 years, making us a foundation in the chassis side of the industry. You know, before we all had integrated bus lines, 90% of your buses was built on Navistar chassis. So that being said, with our purpose-built chassis, our chassis are built in the same plant as our bus bodies. And our chassis never see the elements until your bus is a completed unit rolling out the assembly line door. You know, some of our competitors, they will take and build their chassis 120 miles away, ship it to the plant, and then let it set outside in the weather until they get ready to build your bus. Now that we've talked about how great our body and chassis are, let's step around to the front of the bus and take a look under the hood. It only took 8 pounds of pressure to open our 3-piece hood. Being 3 pieces, it makes it easier to replace panels in the event that they are damaged. Keeps you from having to buy a whole hood, and 8 pounds keeps your chances of a work-related injury down. Let's talk about some engine options. We have 3 different engines that we're going to talk about. One of them being the PSI 8.8 liter propane, the PSI 8.8 liter gasoline, or the one you see featured behind me, which is the Cummins B6.7. You can also notice here that the coolant reservoir, the power steering reservoir, the transmission dipstick, and the engine oil dipstick are conveniently located on the driver's side to make pre-trip inspections a breeze. We also offer 2 transmissions. One of them being the Allison 2000 and 3000 series, and the other one being the Eaton Procision 7-speed dual clutch automated manual. Since we're talking about all these options, we have 3 different brake options to fit your needs. One of them being the air drum, which is featured on this unit, air disc, or the Wabco hydraulic full power split system. Now moving on to fuel tanks, we have 3 different options depending on your engine. The unit featured has a diesel engine with fuel tank capacities ranging from 40 gallons to 100 gallons. Our gasoline engines have fuel tanks ranging from 60 to 100 gallons, and our propane engines have fuel tank capacities ranging from 46 to 90 gallons, all in a protective cage between the frame rails behind the rear axle. Now that we've talked about some of the features and options that are available on the IC bus on the outside, let's step on inside and see what sets us apart in there. We're going to talk a little bit about the features on the inside of the IC bus that sets it apart from the competition. One of them being our driver study that we did from across the country. IC took 36 measurements from nearly 1,500 drivers from across the country and designed our driver's compartment around a bus driver, not a truck driver like some of our competitors. The whole driver's compartment was designed with ergonomics and uptime in mind. One of them being the way that the switch panel is easily reached. Another one being that the door and the 8-way flasher switches on the steering wheel. Our gauges are backlit and very bold lettered so that the driver can see the gauges and switches in every backlit instrument in low light conditions, and that's all a part of our attention to detail and safety first initiative that we have going on here at IC. We have various seat options, whether it be pedestal, static, or air suspension seats in various colors and materials. You can also notice that our seat is centered with our steering wheel, unlike some of our other competition, to where the driver is actually set to the side and it has their hips misaligned with their backbone. We offer 3 different types of steering columns on the CE, one of them being stationary, another being tilting, and the third being tilting and telescoping. Also, our windshield is a 3-piece roped-in design with no awkward A-post or center panel, allowing the driver to have better visibility and allowing the wipers to overlap and clear a wider swath in inclement weather, making safety a #1 priority. Now, let's talk about the egress and ingress of this bus with our widest opening in the industry with 32 inches at its narrowest point. As I mentioned earlier, our step well is 32 inches at its narrowest point, giving the driver a full view of outside of the bus while the kids embark and disembark the unit. You can also see that we do not have any awkward body lines, no curving or angling of the step well, and all of our steps are evenly spaced going up into the compartment. Let's talk about seats. Our BTI seats come standard with a seatbelt ready frame. BTI stands for Base 3-Point Integrated Child Harness. This makes modifying a single bus for multiple uses as easy as removing bolts and changing out the seat back. Again, all part of our uptime initiative. IC Bus also offers a full view camera system by Roscoe, which was a camera system that was purpose built for a school bus so that the driver has 100% situational awareness of the surroundings outside the bus, allowing him to focus on operating the bus and helping keep your children safe at the same time. Now, here's a real game changer for you. You can check out our windows and notice that our new latches are yellow instead of the traditional white tabs. The yellow latches are larger, allowing for better contact surface of the fingers, making them easier to open and close, and it also allows easier serviceability for your technicians should something go wrong with these windows. You can also notice that our emergency latches are higher up on the window frame, allowing easier access for the driver to open the latch in an emergency situation. You see how easy that was? As we come to a close on our walk around, let's talk about warranty. Our warranty on this bus base is 12 months, unlimited mileage warranty from bumper to bumper, with some components being covered up as far as 5 years. So as we close out this video, let's talk about 2 very important features of the IC brand, which is uptime and our driver first initiative. That is to ensure that you and your driver are completely satisfied. So with that being said, come on aboard and let's make a winning combination and join the IC team.